This is question 19 of Civil Engineering paper GATE 2015 afternoon session. The relationship between porosity, a specific yield and a specific retention of an unconfined aquifer is. So, in this question we need to say about the relationship between porosity, a specific yield and a specific retention for an unconfined aquifer. So, this question is from the topic of aquifer property. You may study about all this terminology in detail by watching lecture 27 Aquifer Properties, Irrigation and Drainage by Professor Damodara Rao Mellapalli, IIT Kharagpur. So, if we recall all these terms, so a specific retention is the property of a soil which is after being saturated can retain the waters against the force of gravity is called the specific retention. And mathematically it is defined as the ratio of this volume of the soil, volume of the water that is retained against the force of gravity to the total volume of the soil sample. And as far as a specific yield is concerned, so it is the property through which the water can be drained out due to the gravity. So, if we define it, so defined as the ratio of the volume of water that after being saturated will yield or drained by gravity to its volume. So, mathematically it is defined as the ratio of drained water to the total volume of the soil sample. So, if we understand these terms by the phase diagram, so if we draw the phase diagram for a fully saturated soil sample. So, we know for fully saturated soil sample there is only two phase, that is soil solid and water, that is for fully saturated. So, the amount of water that can be holded by the soil sample after being saturated and against the gravity is called the specific retention, and the amount of water that can be drained by the gravity or due to the gravity is called the specific yield. So, if the since we know the volume of void is considered as the water is considered as the voids present in the soil sample. So, here if we see that this volume of the retained water and volume of the drained water, both combinedly constitute the volume of voids. So, SR is VR by V and SY is so if we write this SR plus SV, that is a specific retention plus a specific yield SY. So, we can write SR as VR by V plus SY is VG by V. So, from here we can write this VR plus VG by V. So, that can be VR plus VG is nothing but the volume of void by total volume, and we know the ratio of the volume of void to the total volume of the soil sample is nothing but the porosity, which is designated as eta. So, we can write this SR plus SY is equal to eta, that is a specific retention plus a specific yield is equal to the porosity of the soil sample. So, now coming to this question, if we see the options, we can see the specific yield plus a specific retention equal to porosity is given in the option A. So, option A is the correct answer for this question. Thank you.